All right, we are in front of my newest listing at 1875 Loyola Court. This is in Chula Vista. And I'm with my buddy, hey, Extendo. Henry, come here. Henry. He's not a great assistant. Henry, come on. He's good with numbers. That's why I have him around. Henry, come on, let's go. This might be a home that you should take a look at. For one, it's in this beautiful area called College Estates in Chula Vista. Why College? Because it's right next to, close to Southwest College. All the streets are named after some sort of university. You have Rutgers, you have Ithaca. This was Loyola. So lots of really cool neighborhood and neighbors. And as you can see, it's dead quiet here. You don't hear anything other than the wind, which is unusual for me because I live in downtown. So you constantly are hearing noise, airplanes, traffic, people, nothing. The only thing I hear is little buddy here checking out the property. So why is this such a great deal? Well, it's a generational home. They've been in here since around 1981. Time to sell, and they haven't done a ton of improvements. In fact, they started to do some modifications, or already had done some modifications to the property that may be a benefit to a lot of different buyers. They installed solar on the roof, so you have that as a benefit to reduce your electric bill. And this is priced extremely aggressively. Right now it's priced at $700,000. The average price in San Diego, hard to believe, is approaching $1 million for an average house. This is listed at $700,000, and you'll see why. There are some things that need to be taken care of if you are an owner coming into this property. But realistically, it will likely go for more than that. The reason I can tell that is because there's just been a ton of interest on the property, and also there have been some comparable properties in this neighborhood that have been fixed up that are selling around $1.05 million, right around $1 million, some going up as high as 1.1. So if you're able to secure this as an owner occupant and then put in either some sweat equity and or just a little bit of your own construction loans, which you can get, by the way, you don't need money out of pocket to do a lot of construction these days. And so it's important that you know how to do that. There's a particular type of loan that's available. It's not a hard money loan, it's a regular loan. You can get it up to, if it's your owner occupied property, for as little as 3% down. So that's another cool thing. If you're interested in that, let me know and I'll go into more details. You can just DM me and I can tell you all about that loan program. I took advantage of myself when I built my place in downtown San Diego, so you should take a look at that too. All right, let's take a look at what's going on. So right now we have exposed flooring, the regular flooring, and then we're right on concrete subfloor. What happened? So they had a leak in the shower back here in a valve. That's all it took. A valve in the wall leaked, and then this created all this damage. So you have water damage here. It's already been remedied and remediated, essentially remedied as far as there's no more existing leak, but you got to put this house back together. So to me, this is technically it's a great thing because you're able to buy this property with enough wiggle room where you can make the improvements yourself and still make out great on the home. Right here was another modification. This was 2 bedrooms. I'm walking into one of the bedrooms right there. That was technically one of the bedrooms. This one right here was the primary suite. They just combined them, put them together here, and created a junior suite. They had a kitchenette right here, and then the bathroom, and here's the guilty party bathroom that caused the leak. But technically, having walls exposed and drywall open like that, it's great because as a buyer, you get to see kind of what you're buying. But 2, if you're going to go into a house and you wanted to make modifications, it's better that you're doing those modifications rather than having an investor who may or may not be using the highest quality material or workmanship. So if it's your home, you're probably going to be damn certain that your work's going to be done well and you're going to use quality products to get the job done. So here's one of the other bedrooms on the other side. So all the bedrooms are on one side of the house, and then you have the kitchen and living room area over here. And like immediately when I walked in here, I thought of something. Look at these beautiful high ceilings. So you have these ceilings that go all the way up. So you have a nice high feeling ceiling, and then it closes down here. Now, granted, there's probably vents and ducts and things like that up here, but if this was built on trusses, this likely is not structural, And if it's not structural, you could take all of this down, all of it, and create a beautiful open floor plan. And this house would be perfect for that. It would dramatically increase the value of the property and also the aesthetic. It's just people like, everything's done in the kitchen, everything's done in the living room. If you combine those two, you have a really functional house. So let's go out the back. I love properties. I don't care, like, they could be super expensive, multi-millions, tens of millions of dollars. Obviously, those are fun to look at, but some of the most intriguing properties are properties just like this that just have like a bevy of opportunity for you. So I'm in the backyard. Look at this wide open space here. You could technically put in a little pool, probably be a little challenge because right below you, it slopes. So you'd have to have a pretty significant retaining wall, but that's kind of nice. You have no neighbor, like you don't see any neighbors because the houses are below. You're up on a bluff here. You kind of have a nice expansive view. Some fruit producing trees. I think they're mandarin oranges. I had a couple the other day and they were delicious. Oh my gosh, I didn't even see this. Look at this. I think that's grapefruit up there. Could be, that's lemons. I have a tree and it's not doing that well, so I need to figure out. Look at all those oranges right there. That's a lot. Okay. Henry, we gotta go check out this other area. Come on, let's go. So we're gonna go check out now. What they started to do is they had an Airbnb in a converted area in the garage, but they didn't have permits at the time, and that became a problem. So now they've actually started to go through the permit process and are pretty deep into it, roughly a year into the permit process and at the final stages. So good news for a potential buyer is you won't have to go through all that should you want to keep this as a vacation rental. And look at how nice this would be if it was a vacation rental, or just even family member, extra home for a family member, maybe an older child, maybe a nanny, maybe an au pair, maybe in-laws, all that kind of thing. You can go right in here. It's a nice, quaint, but decent size studio, 1 bedroom. All right, here we are inside. And it's just a basic square box with a nice little kitchenette. You know, hot top right here with a little microwave, convection, your refrigerator, and your sink. That's really all you need. I don't know why people install dishwashers anymore. It's way more work to actually clean off the dishes, put them in the dishwasher. That's another, I'll have to do a whole nother video on why I'm like to ban dishwashers from houses. This is the bathroom, and it's been fully gutted, but set for now for being completed, and it's huge. The size of this is, for the bathroom's almost as big as the living area. So you have plenty of room for a nice sink, a beautiful walk-in shower or tub, which you can put in there depending on how you want to do it. And then just a nice little living room. Get a queen bed in here, a couple nightstands, put a desk over here. This makes a phenomenal rental, or again, it could be something that's for extended family. So that's the property, but here are the basics. It's listed at $700 right now. Our first showing is tomorrow at the open house. So if you're interested in seeing a property that's a phenomenal deal in San Diego, it's hard to find, come by and check it out. It's only 2 hours. So it's April 24th. Wait, I hope that's tomorrow, Saturday. Saturday, I think that's April 24th. And it's gonna be from noon until 2 p.m. Noon until 2 p.m. If you can stop by, you'll see me. I can talk to you about this project. I can talk to you about other projects I've seen. I've been through a number of fix and flips. I've been through my own development. I've seen properties like this been turned into an amazing gem. There's a lot of great investors out here too, so that's another option. There might be an investor who ends up buying this property. So if you say, forget it, I don't want this property, but I want a finished product. One creative way I saw a buyer do this is they partnered with an investor, and they just had the investor who's used to managing rehabs and putting those together rather quickly and already has a team in place. The investor buys it. The new buyer, I say the secondary buyer, ends up agreeing to a price prior to it being essentially sold. And then the flipper has a built-in buyer, and you as a consumer have someone that can handle all the construction projects for you. You have an agreed upon price, so there's no haggling later on, and you can specify the things you want to have done on the property. So just lots of creative ways to make things happen. That's why I love properties like this. It's not just a cookie cutter. You put your money down, you buy it, and then you got to deal with it. And even if it's fixed up, like I can't tell you how many properties I've sold that have been done, completely done, and then the new buyer comes in and wants to change like 40% or 50% of it, and all that money was wasted. In this case, no money's going to be wasted. You come in, you get the benefit of doing whatever you want for this property. So hopefully this movie, it turned out to be a movie, didn't it? Hopefully this video turned out to be helpful for you, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. And if you have any questions, you can always DM me or shoot me a text. I'm pretty responsive. In fact, I'm very responsive, usually within a couple hours, same day. All right, thanks and have a great day.